Hello and welcome to the show. I am Joe Tophat. I'm a little surprised that Apple TV Plus would premiere another Peanut special so soon. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. It's just that last decade we only got one special. Now we've already had three in less than a year. So far, all of them have been pretty good. To Mom and Dad with Love is no exception. Like the previous specials, this one is about a holiday, Mother's Day. A topic that often came up in the strip. More on that later. So without further ado, let's get to the review. The special starts off with Peppermint Patty helping Charlie Brown's football team to get in shape. Pigpen shows up late to practice. His excuse? The line at the candy store was backed up since tomorrow's Mother's Day. Upon hearing this, the other kids become less interested in practice and more interested in what to get their moms for Mother's Day. Peppermint Patty tries to keep the team invested in practice, but they're too focused on what to get their moms. So Charlie Brown tells Peppermint Patty he'll call her to set up another appointment. Even Woodstock leaves when he hears about Mother's Day. And Snoopy follows. Peppermint Patty doesn't take it very well. For those of you who don't know, Peppermint Patty never knew her mother. I'm assuming she died when Peppermint Patty was still a baby. The strip was never clear on that. Although this fact has been mentioned a lot in the strip, as well as in some of the specials, this is the first time this topic was the centered focus. Peppermint Patty's a tough girl, but in this special, she shows a more vulnerable side than we normally get to see. Mother's Day makes her feel sad because it's a reminder of what she never had. Marcy does her best to try to cheer her up. She even offers Peppermint Patty to celebrate Mother's Day at her house, even stating that she doesn't mind sharing her mom. That is actually a very sweet thing to offer. I've always enjoyed the friendship between Marcy and Peppermint Patty, mostly because of how funny they are together. This special highlights a different side to their friendship. It shows how much they care for each other. Marcy is legitimately concerned about Peppermint Patty's feelings and gets her to open up. I really hate how some people try to make them out to be lovers. When one, they've been shown to be attracted to boys, mostly Charlie Brown, and two, they've never expressed any romantic feelings for each other. Schultz always intended them to be close friends, and nothing else. Anyone who says otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. With that out of the way, let's get back to the special. Marcy comes up with a solution. Peppermint Patty should celebrate her dad on Mother's Day, since he does so many things a mom does. They try different things to celebrate her dad, with no success. We see how the other characters are getting ready to celebrate Mother's Day, though they're mostly there to offer much needed comedy relief. This isn't a criticism. With how depressing the main plot is, these scenes are a welcome change of pace. It's just that I don't really have anything to say about them beyond the fact they're funny. The one subplot that is worth talking about is the one with Snoopy and Woodstock. Early in the special, Woodstock gets out a picture of his mom. He has a flashback where she was teaching him and his siblings how to fly. At one point, she had to save Woodstock after his first attempt fails. Snoopy and Woodstock go on a journey to find his mom. They arrive at her nest only to find she isn't there. Woodstock leaves a flower behind as he and Snoopy go home. One of the ongoing stories in the strip was Woodstock trying to find his mom, only to fail. It was often the topic of Mother's Day strips. A lot of people have speculated that this was meant to be a metaphor for Schultz losing his mom as he got drafted in the army, that he always longed to see his mom again, but sadly never could. I will say that this special makes Woodstock's mom a lot nicer than she was in the strip. She basically abandoned Woodstock and an unnamed sibling in Snoopy's care. Now that I've made you all depressed, let's talk about a funny joke in this special. During Marcy and Peppermint Patty's attempts to get something nice for her dad, Marcy plays the trombone, which is the instrument used to mimic the adult's voice. It's pretty funny. Okay, back to the main plot. After many failures, Marcy and Peppermint Patty run into Charlie Brown and Sally, who bought their mom a strawberry ice cream cake. They also run into Lucy, who made her mom a crown. Peppermint Patty gets angry hearing them talk about Mother's Day and lets out a scream, causing Charlie Brown to throw his ice cream cake into the air, which lands on Lucy. Now their gifts are ruined. When I first saw this scene, I thought Charlie Brown was going to get all the blame. Instead, Lucy rightfully places the blame on Peppermint Patty. It was actually pretty refreshing. To her credit, Peppermint Patty is horrified by what she just did. She tries to apologize, but she can't bring herself to explain her actions. She just runs away. Marcy runs off to try to comfort her. Peppermint Patty takes her frustrations out on Marcy, who was just trying to help. I can relate to Marcy all too well. Marcy later finds Peppermint Patty sulking under a tree. Peppermint Patty talks about how her dad calls her a rare gem. Even though it usually makes her feel good, she admits that sometimes she wished she wasn't so rare. A reference to the fact that she's the only kid in the neighborhood who doesn't have a mom. Marcy tells Peppermint Patty that the anger she feels is really sadness. She then suggests to Peppermint Patty that since she is rare, that she should give her dad something that can only come from her. What gift is that? Simply spending time with him. Peppermint Patty thanks Marcy for the advice and apologizes for how she acted earlier. The special ends where we see how each of the characters celebrate Mother's Day. We even see Woodstock give Snoopy a flower, thus showing how much he appreciates Snoopy's friendship. The final scene shows some bunnies roasting marshmallows and laughing as they make animal noises. Given how depressing this special is, this was a welcome scene. To Mom and Dad with Love is a surprisingly depressing Peanut special. It explores the topic of growing up without a mom and how that can affect someone. Peppermint Patty is a lot more sympathetic than usual, and that's a welcome change of pace. She actually apologizes for the things she did. Marcy was an awesome friend, and I love the fact that she was the only one who prepared for Mother's Day. One of the themes in Peanuts is wanting something you can't have. This is explored brilliantly through Woodstock's side plot. I always enjoy seeing Snoopy and Woodstock together. If you haven't seen this special yet, check it out. Just make sure you have plenty of tissues. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.